Thank you for joining me on the 249 Marathon Project Week 7 update video. In this video, I'll go through all of the Week 7 daily sessions. I'll also discuss how I'm getting on in general. We'll go through all the metrics. And as we approach the midway point in this whole project, we'll get an overview of how things are going. If you do enjoy this content, I would greatly appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. You'll not get spammed with emails. It's just a way that you can help me out, put this 249 Marathon Project in front of more people, and hopefully make it more achievable. So how did week 7 go? It went pretty well. I have to say I didn't necessarily enjoy all of the training, but I did enjoy the effort that it was put in and the progress that was made. There was a good few hard sessions, both in intensity and in volume. So it was a productive week. I got a lot of things sorted outside of the training. So things like my sleep and my nutrition went relatively well. And we'll go through all of that when we go through the metrics. But let's just say it was a good, productive week. So I'll just start with the volume. Week 7 was a total of 73 miles, which is equivalent to just under 118 kilometers. In that, there was a good bit of intensity, but we'll go through that on a daily basis. So let's start with Monday. Monday was my normal rest day, no running. What I'm finding, if you've ever done any social media, if you've ever done any video blogging or even just blogging in general, it is time consuming. So Monday, which is the day that I put out this video, the update video for the previous week, I tend to sit at my desk and at the computer pretty much all day, from early morning till late in the evening. It's a big commitment. It's a much bigger commitment than I was expecting. So that being said, I didn't get my 10,000 steps. My nutrition wasn't particularly great on Monday, mostly because I didn't eat a whole lot. Didn't do a lot of moving either, so not a particularly great day. However, I have to say, as much as a time commitment as this blogging and vlogging is, I'm really enjoying it. It's an educational opportunity for me, and I do enjoy it, and I love the interaction that I'm getting from everybody. So yeah, please keep it up. It means a lot to be putting in the effort that it is at least interesting to some people. So thank you very much for your responses and your interaction on YouTube, on all the different social media. So it does mean a lot to me. So thank you. Monday was a non-running day. Sitting at my desk, not particularly great. You see the metrics up here. I hope you find this a better way. You can pause the video and get a good look at it, as opposed to keep rewinding to listen to me say what the metrics were for the day. So that's Monday. Tuesday was one of those sessions that you see on the plan and it kind of gets in your head and you're a little bit worried about it. You're not looking forward to it. And that's what this one was. I see this on the training plan and I say, I really don't fancy that one. And I'm actually writing the plan, so it says a lot. This was 2 sets of 4 by 1 mile reps. And somebody had asked this question about, is that not just the same as 8 1 mile reps? The difference is I'm doing 2 sets of 4 with a 200 meter walk jog recovery between each repetition. And then I'm taking a 2 to 3 minute static recovery break. So I'm getting my breathing down, my heart rate down, before I start back up again and do the next 4. So there is a break there to make the second set of 4 a little bit more achievable. In this case, it wasn't particularly more achievable. I wasn't impressed with the way I executed this session. My splits were all over the place. I don't have a track to work on here, so I'm running on the road in a very exposed area. Yeah, no excuses. Not a great place to do intervals. However, it is what it is. Overall, I averaged 6:16 per mile pace for the reps. but they were pretty all over the place. Yeah, the reps went from 558 to 633 and everywhere in between. There was very little consistency there. I wore my Hoka Rocket X2s for this session. Just not very well executed. By the end, my legs were just torn out of me. So, yeah, that it is what it is, right? It wasn't from lack of effort. And this is what I tell all my athletes: look, nobody is going to go out and try to execute a session poorly. It's just you have what you have on the day. On the day, I didn't have what it took to hit my target. So I did my best. That said, I'm really pleased to get 8 1 mile reps in, right? It's a solid session. No matter how poorly executed, it's a solid session. I put the effort in. You can see from the metrics that my nutrition was on point, my sleep was on point. I said last week about my sleep, it was kind of up and down and all over the place, and I really wanted to level that off. I felt like I wasn't motivated to get out of bed, and this week I was pretty spot on for getting out of bed. You can see from the metrics here that I kind of got back on track with my sleep. My nutrition was really good. I had an excellent week of nutrition. I had an excellent week of sleep. So perfect. I'm really pleased about that. Wednesday was midweek medium long run, 12 miler or 20K. I ended up with a little over 12 and a half miles, a little over 20K. Tired legs. That's the only phrase for that. Tired legs. I wore Asics Nova Blast 3s, a fantastic training shoe. However, if I have one complaint about them, they're slappy, they're loud, they're very comfortable, very cushioned. And to be honest, I didn't even know how loud they were or how slappy they were. I call it slappy because that's what it sounds like. And I'm not necessarily a heel striker at all. But for some reason, they just are. It sounds like I'm landing heel and then slapping. Anyway, I'll do a review on the Nova Blast 3s. I know they're last year's model, but I'll do a review on them because I got a brand new pair here, and I like them, just loud. Anyway, back to Wednesday. The mileage was good. I did the session on very tired legs, and they were tired. My legs were pulled out of me on Tuesday. Pretty much exactly how I expected it. The objective for the week was to put the volume on tired legs, and exactly what I did. So everything went to plan. You see my metrics up here. They were really spot on. My sleep is leveled off. I'm doing really well, a lot better than I was last week. And also my nutrition is getting back on point here. So I'm pleased with all of that. Thursday was the second of 2 back-to-back easy runs. This was a 7 miler or 11K. I wore my Saucony Endorphin Shift 2s. Once again, a everyday trainer, non-plated, decent shoe. Enjoyed the run. My legs were still a little bit tired. However, as the run went on, I felt better and better. I got out at 11 o'clock in the afternoon and it was 29 degrees. That's 84 degrees. It was warm, right? I love it. I love that, especially on an easy run. You'll see with my nutrition, not only am I eating more close to my targets, I'm drinking a lot more water these days. I'm just a little bit more focused on my nutrition these last couple of weeks, and it's showing. And we'll go through that, the metrics as well. So Thursday, sleep, excellent. Strength training, perfect, got it done. So Friday was a double session. I had my 5K easy social run in the morning. Love it. Exactly as I expected. Nice gentle pace. Felt really comfortable. I wore my New Balance trail shoes for this one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. No surprises. However, Friday afternoon was a tempo run, 6 miler or 10K, which consisted of the middle 3 miles or 5K at a hard effort. So a real good push. Once again, I thought I would set myself up nicely to really get the legs turning over quickly. So I chose a nice downhill route. Well, the whole thing wasn't downhill. I chose a route that gave me maybe the first K, 1,500 meters downhill net, and that was fast. But I got slower as I went. It was not executed again. It was not executed well. My legs were spent. My overall pace was 6:18 per mile or 3:55 per K. Not overly impressed with the actual pace. Very pleased that I put the effort in. I was spent by the time, so I went slightly downhill and then out, and I turned and I came back. It's tough, tough running. I put the effort in. So in total on the day, 9.2 miles or just under 15K. Good day of volume, good bit of intensity. So overall, excellent day. I ate a lot. Fridays are my pizza nights. We talked about this. I do normally try to curb my appetite a little bit. However, I knew I had a 26 miler on Sunday or 42K run on Sunday. So I did start to put in a little bit more carbs. I wasn't overly worried about the carb intake on Friday, and I did have plenty on Saturday as well. So yeah, overall fine. Saturday's run was a change of pace run. I call it a COP. 2 miles easy, 3 miles steady, 2 miles easy, or 3-5-3. Okay, so 7 miles or 11K. It went very well. It was actually, my legs felt like they had a little bit of pop. I wore my Nike Zoom Tempo Next Percents. These aren't new shoes now. These have seen better days, but I still had some pop in them, and the legs felt good. I was really, really pleased with this run. Got out relatively early, and the temperature was cool, but it was comfortable. Yeah, so average pace 7:43 per mile, 4:48 per K. That's overall, including the easy miles. So yeah, I was happy. That was exactly what the session was calling for, and I hit everything I need to. I think my steady miles were around 7, or even slightly below, maybe 6:58 to about 7:10. Nutrition, sleep, bang on. Sleep under 7 hours, but 6.5 to 7 hours for me is fine. Now for Sunday. Sunday was the session of the week. It was a 26 miler or a 42K. Ended up at 26.5 miles and just over 42.5K. It went fine. There was no issues whatsoever. Overall pace was easy pace, 8:28. It felt easy. We did some exploring. For the last 17 miles, my wife was with me on the bike, and she had water and snacks and what have you. So we did some exploring. We found some new roads, found some really nice, pleasant places to go running, and it was a very enjoyable 26 miler. I love it. I love these long sessions. It was about 3 hours, 40 something minutes. Yeah, loved it. The temperature was beautiful. It was just a great day. My nutrition, I may have overdone it a wee bit. I'm actually pleased with where I am as far as weight goes. I'm pleased with where I am as far as volume goes. I think the only thing I'm really going to need to focus on is my intensity, get my pace up. It is getting there. It's definitely getting better than it was in the really hot temperatures, but I'm not quite where I need to be. As far as lessons learned, the only thing I would say is, because I'll explain a little bit about what I do. So as a running coach, I do everybody's plans, early. I get well ahead, where I know what I want to achieve with each athlete, and I know what we need to work on. And so I put maybe 6, 8, 12, sometimes a whole 16 weeks plan together. But depending on how the weeks have gone, I always end up changing them a little bit, tweaking them here and there. I tweak the plans depending on how things are going for that particular athlete and what we need to work on. So I do that on Fridays. I review their previous week's training and I go through their Strava and I read their notes. And then on Saturday, I issue them their training for the following week. So Friday, Saturday is taking care of the plans. On Sunday is I do my long run and then I spend the rest of the day on the telephone. So I have a call with each athlete every single Sunday and we talk about how the previous week went and what we're trying to achieve in the upcoming week. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in particular are very busy. I think I may benefit a great deal by moving my long run to Saturday. It would free me up to maybe get a little bit of a head start on my Monday vlog and blog, right? I seem to be under a lot of pressure to get these things done, and it's not ideal. Anytime you're under pressure, it's not ideal for sleep. It's not ideal for nutrition. It's not ideal for just overall quality of life. And, stress is not a good thing for anybody, never mind somebody training for a marathon. So I think I'm going to consider moving my Sunday run to Saturday and maybe tweaking my plan a wee bit just for the 249 marathon project. We'll see. I didn't for this week coming, but I may. So overall, in summary, really good week. Taking a lot of positives from this week. So as far as the metrics go, for body weight, I was 154.6 pounds or 70.1 kilograms. Only a slight drop, but I'm only about a half a pound above what my target was for the week. So I'm pretty close to where I want to be. I'm still 4 pounds lighter than I was for Manchester. I'm basing a lot of what I'm doing on my Manchester program, and I'm ahead of that. So I'm pleased about my body weight. Strength and condition, I talked about it. I hit 5 days this week. I'm very pleased with that. My average resting heart rate did not change. It's still at 41. My sleep is at 8 hours and 2 minutes on average. That, I don't know if I could do better. I was really concerned about the fluctuations in it, and it is leveling off nicely. My average protein, 146 grams of protein per day. No complaints there. And as far as water goes, about 3.25 liters of water per day. And we talked about volume. It's just under 118 kilometers or 73, just over 73 miles. So a good solid week, very effective week. I'm pleased with how everything went. One thing I want to discuss. The World Stroke Association is putting together a greater than challenge, right? What they're trying to do is raise stroke awareness and get people who are otherwise inactive to do 30 minutes of exercise of some kind every single day. And they're calling it the greater than challenge, and it's a hashtag greater than. And they're looking for people to really spread the word and get this out there. I think it's a fantastic idea. Stroke is one of those things that affects so many people. I mean, who would have thought otherwise fit marathon runner would have a stroke at the age of 48? It struck me and my family out of the blue. Thankfully, my wife knew what the signs of a stroke were, and she recognized it straight away, got me to the hospital. And if it wasn't for that, who knows where I would be today, if I would still be here at all. So, raising stroke awareness and, how to identify a stroke, anything we can do to get the word out there. It's one of the leading causes of death and disability in the world. And so we need to get the message out there. So greater than challenge, World Stroke Association. The World Stroke Awareness Day is coming up in October. I think it's the 24th. I'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But till then, let's have a go at the greater than challenge and spread the word. Okay, other than that, have a great week. I will see you on Friday with the week 9 training sessions. All right. Have a good one. Happy running.